So I was born in Chicago, raised in the city of Milwaukee. I have one younger brother and one younger sister. And one day my father decided to divorce my mother and didn't say much other than leaving a note when he left the house. It wasn't long after that I lost my favorite uncle, who was really an important person in my life. I began hanging out with the wrong people, getting into all sorts of trouble. I was expelled from school, kicked out of Job Corps. My mother was upset with my behavior, but without a father figure, she was having plenty of trouble controlling me. I got involved in gangs and started selling drugs to make a living. It wasn't long until I was in trouble with the law, arrested on all sorts of drug-related charges. I was placed on probation and parole. I did a jail term and was even put on house arrest. But I was never willing to change my behavior at that time. Eventually, the last time I was caught, I was sent away to prison for what turned out to be 5 years. And while I was there, I started attending every Bible study that I could, even Catholic church services, just so I could get out of my cell. One night, one of the Bible studies, a pastor brought in the movie The Passion of the Christ. And while I was watching this, it made me realize who Jesus was, why he died, and it caused me to reflect on my life and the decisions that I made. I wasn't being a man or the father that I wanted to be. After getting out of prison, as much as I wanted things to change, it didn't happen. Not immediately anyways. Audrey and I were living together and had been talking about finding a church, and all of a sudden Jim and Deanna Marquez invited us to come to a new church that they were helping start called Lifeway. When we arrived here at the Lifeway, we were welcomed with open arms, and we were loved for who we were. Didn't matter what our past was, and we made the game-changing decision to become baptized together as a family. Since then, so much changed for the better in my life, in our lives as a family. We became more involved and started serving as much as we can at the Lifeway. Audrey and I got married. We had 2 beautiful children on top of the 3 that we already have, and bought a brand new house. My faith has grown dramatically. We started giving and tithing dramatically, and I watched my business grow. You know, it doesn't really matter what your past is like or what kind of wrongs you've done. As long as you commit your life to God, He will help you overcome anything you go through, and He'll give you something to look forward to. I'm definitely living proof that you can change your life, and how you can go from being a nobody and doing nothing good to being a somebody and helping the world, and making a difference in people's lives, or making a difference in your own lives, period. I'm definitely a living testimony of God's goodness.